Do you love snakes or hate them? Whatever your answer to that question is, you're probably not neutral. Snakes either strike us with awe and curiosity or make us shiver in fear. The reptiles in this video will probably do both. Here are 10 of the largest snakes ever found in the wild. Now before we get started, snake stories are a little like fishing stories. Size is difficult to measure and is often exaggerated. But exaggerations aside, these snakes are huge. Number 10, Indigo Snake. Alright, we're going to start off kinda slow for those of us with weak stomachs. The indigo snake is the largest snake native to North America, reaching 8 or 10 feet in length. It is considered a desirable species because it eats other venomous snakes like copperheads, but is not poisonous itself. I appreciate that the indigo snake takes out copperheads, but it still creeps me out. These two Texas dudes found one in the middle of nowhere, and after posing for an excessive number of pictures and picking the ticks off this snake, they release it and it speeds off. Probably saying something like, "Thanks for getting those pesky ticks off me, bro," in parcel tongue. Number 9, King Cobra. Most of the magnificent creatures we're looking at in this video are constrictors and not venomous. This means that instead of poisoning their victims, they squeeze them to death before consuming and therefore don't pack any venom. But this one more than makes up for all those. The King Cobra is the world's longest venomous snake, and one bite from one of these guys can kill a human in as little as 30 minutes. These animal rescuers captured a 13-foot-long King Cobra from a sewer drainage system near a housing development in southern Thailand. Just look at these gutsy workers pulling one of the most dangerous snakes on the globe out of the water with bare hands. Number 8, Chinese Cobra. Here's another cobra, this time in the middle of a field in China. We don't have an exact measurement of this animal, but I think we can all agree the answer is big enough. The Chinese cobra is found mostly in southern China and Taiwan, and is for sure one of the more dangerous snakes in this region of the world. The footage is absolutely breathtaking as these snake catchers attempt to slowly acclimate and coax this cobra into captivity while knowing that the smallest misstep would result in a bite, searing pain, quick paralysis, and likely death. Number 7, why did the anaconda cross the road? Here's something you don't see every day, and if you did, you might poop your pants. Near Porto Velho, Brazil, an anaconda is spotted making its way across a busy highway. The standard width of one traffic lane is 12 feet. We can see here that this snake is well past that, and it doesn't really even stretch all the way out. The serpent takes a quick detour to intimidate a car before completing its journey across all 4 lanes of traffic, and the disturbed motorist can resume. Number 6, I know all about that math. After this predator ate a neighbor's dog, a 39-year-old math teacher hunted down the 17-foot anaconda and drug it out of the water with the help of a friend. Can your math teacher do that? Since it was getting late, this guy let the snake camp out in his bathtub. Divorce papers, anyone? And released it in a remote river the following day in hopes this gargantuan serpent will leave the neighbors alone. Our next 2 giant snakes come from the Florida Everglades. Though they're not native to Florida at all, but rather Southeast Asia. Burmese pythons have created an ecosystem disruption in the Everglades because they feast on almost any other animal. These snakes are apex predators, meaning they sit at the top of the food chain with no natural enemies. Pythons are thought to have been introduced to the region by exotic animal owners who released them into the wild when they got too big to care for. Despite efforts to control the population, such as a ban on imports of pythons in 2012 and state-run bounty hunter programs, the population is almost impossible to control because of the breeding habits of these giant reptiles. Number 5, 17-foot Everglades Python. This 17-foot python was pulled out of the water and shot in the head by a couple of Florida bounty hunters as the state attempts to eliminate the invasive species. Number 4, I'll do you one better. This next python ones up the last one, measuring 18 feet long. This crazy Florida gentleman grabbed the massive snake by the head and allowed the snake to wrap itself around his body as he dragged it to his truck. The snake expended all its energy trying to squeeze its captor to death, and the man was able to bag it up and haul it away. Number 3. 25-foot Malaysian python. This reticulated python, found at a building site in Malaysia, weighed in at roughly 550 pounds and measured 25 feet in length. The reticulated python differs from the Burmese pythons we saw from Florida in the color and scale pattern along their bodies. These are some pretty brave employees picking this thing up. I sure hope they know these pythons can swallow a human in under an hour. Number 2 and 1 both come from Brazil. Brazil is no doubt one of the most beautiful places on the face of the earth, but these humongous reptiles are deal breakers for me. Number 2, whatever you do, do not rock this boat. A group of friends in Brazil are taking a cruise in their boat when they spot a giant snake lurking in the brush. And what do you do when you spot a massive snake in the brush? Say it with me, poke it with a stick. After being relentlessly provoked, the snake lurches at the boat and then swims away, revealing its horrifyingly large body. We don't have a measurement, but again, I think we can say big enough. They continue to give chase and corner the snake again. This time, the man in the front of the boat reaches in and grabs its tail. I'm not sure what on earth he's planning to do with this thing. The boat begins rocking and the snake shakes free before being pursued yet again. The man grabs the tail one more time, as it appears they're trying to drag it home with them. Perhaps they would like to be eaten for dinner. This encounter reportedly got this group in some legal trouble for pursuing wildlife without a license. I would say they're quite lucky that a fine or some jail time is all that happened to them. And number 1, 33-foot Anaconda in Brazil. And number 1, weighing in at nearly 900 pounds, is that whopping 33-foot Anaconda found in a cave by a construction crew in Brazil. To put that in perspective, the longest snake living in captivity is 25 feet long. So this beast found in its natural habitat is a chilling 8 feet longer than the largest snake known to man. If those gigantic serpents didn't give you the creeps, nothing will. Leave a comment and let us know which one you find most terrifying or awesome. Maybe you've stumbled upon a big snake. Tell us about that too, and subscribe for more fascinating top 10 videos like you've seen here today.